Hey, this is Taryn.
This is Isaac.
And
we are True Masters and Morons.
Playing Doom.
Playing Davuna da da da.
For some reason I decided to say Divinity.
Yeah, I noticed. Haven't played that on the channel in like 2
Ages
years.
beyond counting.
Anyway, last time we successfully started this mission and fought one of those and, you know, didn't die, and this time we're gonna die to one.
How dare you, sir? Oh, why? It's gotta be one of you! Why it's gotta be something I can't kill immediately?
Hey, at least you didn't actually die to the thing that I said you were gonna die to.
No, this is actually pretty cool.
Uh-huh.
It looks like, based on that, unless they adjusted things, that the amount of time you have to kill the thing increases with the difficulty of the creature.
Oh, that's very cool.
Yeah. Also, I apologize to everyone for coming in the middle of that. I was looking around off screen to try and figure out how to get out of this room and wasn't.
And he decided to punch something without thinking.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking. I'm just like, oh, I'll punch this, knock it over, it'll be fine. Because in my head, I'm like, all right, this thing was red. It's clearly the way out of here. So I'm looking around for other stuff, and I just punched this over, and then it triggered that things falling over cutscene. I'm like, oh crap.
Yeah.
So we went from there.
Yeah, we're gonna complete trials, and last time we were talking about how, like, Taryn and I normally are able to talk about literally anything.
I punched so far, it's amazing.
You really do. And like, he and I have had this conversation before. We know that part of the reason is, like, we will get, either of us will get an idea interrupted, or a train will happen, and
frickin'
we will
trains,
literally,
man. Frickin' trains.
and we will literally forget.
Although I can't be mad at trains today, but I'll let you finish that thought.
No, trains have not been too bad today. I know why. But like, so we'll either get interrupted by the game having a speaking part.
This is
that looks
new.
Cool. Interrupted by
full armor. Okay.
Nice. By the game having a speaking part, or us saying something to cover it up, or something will interrupt us, and so like it'll kind of have us forget. And also, as much as a cop-out as it might sound to anyone who has never done this, playing video games and trying to like carry on a full conversation is hard.
Is sometimes surprisingly hard. Not always.
Like, not always, no, but like...
But like, if you notice with Doom in particular, if I kind of like stop talking when I'm fighting a boss, that's why.
Yeah. And I've realized this even in playing games with my friends, like, thinking about it. When we were kids and sitting on the couch playing together, right? Very much, if you got to a hard part, your friends would shut up. Because they know you're not going to respond right now. And if they didn't, and they said something and you didn't you are missing.
It's possessed.
Is it? Oh, it is. And like, if you didn't respond while playing something, it's kind of understood and it's okay. You know, and I realized that it is very much a real thing that has existed since we were kids. It just becomes a lot more relevant when you're trying to make a show. Because when you're just hanging out with your bros and you're like, sorry, I was really focused on that fight, you can get away with that. When you're sitting there trying to do basically a podcast while gaming and suddenly you stop talking, you don't have the excuse of, sorry, that was a really intense fight.
I mean, you do, but you have to like say it like initially, like right out up front, like, oh crap, hold on, guys, like,
yeah,
because I've heard people do that. It's like, give me a second, I need to focus.
Yeah. And I mean, I like,
but even that usually comes after like dying or having bad things happen once or twice already.
Perfect example. Continuing.
So dark. I'm not gonna say dark, foggy in here.
Foggy. I'm going to continue using Game Grumps as an example, one, because I'm a big fan of theirs, and two, because they're kind of the closest thing to what we are, that I watch, two-person gaming group. And very much, there's the occasional, like, the battle is just too hard, and they're like, you know what? I'm just gonna take this next run completely silently. I'm just gonna try and do it.
And let the other person talk.
Or and let the other person talk. And there are sometimes I know for, like, Aaron just finished going through Rubber Ross's new Mario Maker 2 world, right?
Okay.
And there were scenes in the original Mario Maker 2 where like Danny was like, all right, I'm just gonna let you run this in complete silence. Like, he didn't even talk. And it was literally just like 10, 15, 20 seconds of complete silence as Aaron tried to do that fight. And, you know, and legit, I'm just like, I'm not at all surprised that that was a thing, because it sucks sometimes. You need to do it earlier, man. You need to boost first, jump after. But, like, speaking of the ability for, like, examples of how insane Taryn and I can go with just being able to go from topic to topic. Like, literally yesterday, Taryn and I
don't think we mentioned this time, but we talked the last episode about how he talked for, like, legitimately 3 or 4 hours.
So, after that,
I almost botched that.
You almost botched that, and I don't know what's down there, and I don't know that I care.
What's down there is just having to walk back out and do it
Oh,
again.
yeah, it is. Oh. Dope.
Yes, please. Oh, yeah.
But so after that, I had been playing with with some friends and Sarah, and they were playing Dead by Daylight. The new update test thing was happening right now, so they were testing that out. But I play on Xbox, so I didn't get to try it. Yeah. So I went to grab some Jell-O out of Taryn's freezer, because freezer Jell-O's delicious and you should try it. And we just started talking. Like, I literally had friends waiting for me to come back on a call.
And we sorry.
But we just started talking, and then we kept talking, and we both had so much fun, and we have these moments of just constantly talking.
Is that an invisible snake?
We're gonna go with no.
Is that an invisible freaking snake?
Yes, it is.
Yes, you're dead. I'm not dealing with that.
There's other invisible things, by the way.
Yeah. I can tell. Bad, Taryn.
But like
we talked for like 10 minutes before, like, we both need to go finish what we were doing. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's the weirdest thing about it to me, is that we have so much fun talking about literally nothing sometimes. And yet it's just so hard for us to start talking.
And we should say not always, but like,
not always.
Anyone who's watched this for a while, you know, every once in a while there's just like, so yeah, like stuff to talk about, I guess. Yeah, you know.
Yeah, like I legitimately and fully acknowledge that I need to take some improv classes if we're really gonna keep doing this.
I don't think you need to, but it'd certainly be helpful.
I also just want to take improv classes because I really
fun.
like improv is fun.
I enjoy. We're doing this now.
All right.
I enjoy lots of improv. Hold on, where does
shows?
Yeah, like improv shows, like things like what's the big one that you and I used to watch? I can't think of what it's called.
Whose Line Is It Anyway? Is probably like the most famous one. There's also the Rooster Teeth one that was On the Spot.
On the Spot's fun.
Was really fun. And that's the thing, is like all these really funny, fun improv shows that I used to watch and enjoy. I shouldn't say used to. I would still watch them if they were airing, and I still watch clips occasionally. But like, I had so much fun with them. Like, I found out that they had some of the like guests who often came on to Whose Line were doing Whose Line Is It Anyway, a tour, like a live tour. And they sometimes had Ryan Stiles come as a guest member.
That's fun.
And I was like, I would
Shame
absolutely. That was so bad. And I was like, I would.
Should we read this after you finish your story?
Yeah, let me finish my story in just a moment. And I'm like, I would absolutely go. Are you full on?
Yes, that's why I said shame on me.
Oh, okay. And I was like, I would absolutely go and watch this, but I don't have a job right now because there was one available. This was back when I lived in California, and there was one that was literally half an hour away that would have had Ryan Stiles there, and I'm like, I would abso-freaking-lutely go watch that. That would be amazing to be in person with that like level of improv talent, and be able to like be a member of that audience would be a dream come true kind of thing. But I was like, I have no job, I have no money, I can't go spend $50 on a ticket kind of thing. I think it was like, I think it was like $40 or something like that. It might have been 30, but absolutely, I love improv stuff, and so on top of the fact that it would help the show, it would also be something that I know that I would enjoy. So let's go ahead and read that codex.
Just let me... Okay. Now it all opens.
Yes, you had to kill everything, Terran.
I was killing all the important stuff first, Isaac. The things that were actually going to hurt me. I'm sorry if I didn't prioritize Mook number 75. What even is this?
It's the White Wizard coming out of the forest in The Lord of the Rings, clearly.
Welcome to Fangorn. No, Fangorn's the one in Hobbit. What's the one? Is it Mirkwood in Hobbit, or is Mirkwood in... Which one's in which one?
I don't know, dude.
I want to say Fangorn is the one from The Lord of the Rings where they meet Gandalf again.
I think so. Tell you what, while you read this, I'll Google.
That was the wrong button again. Book of the Ceres, Part 6, because I'm not reading the Erohim. Deep in Hell.
Erohim. How hard is that?
It's not about how hard it is. It's about the fact that I refuse.
It's the principle now?
Yeah. Deep in Hell lies the Ingmor's Sanctum, a fragment of Urdak itself. It is sacred and protected ground that contains the Tomb of Souls, where the life spheres of the many gods the Father created are stored, each one immensely powerful in its own way, yet judged to be flawed by the Father. The stories of their abominable ends in the physical realm are many. It was from here the Father first created the new dimension of Jakad. It was here he formed Davoth, and it was this ground that served as his first workshop and as a retreat from Urdak, where the Father could direct the engines of creation and oversee Jakad's gleaming spires and glorious civilization. Samur could travel to the Sanctum, but never into Jakad. The Father would keep his realm separated. After creating Jakad, the Father retreated to his workshop to plan the Earth realm. It was also here that the Father meditated on the future of existence and made his plan to withdraw from the physical world.
Cat food.
We have other notes over here. Is there stuff we haven't been reading? Oh, no, new. Oh, yes, tell me all about the ghosty thing. There it is, spirit. Spirits are apparently ambient monsters. Cool.
Man, they ugly.
Possessed demons don't falter, cannot have their weak winds destroyed, and take less damage. Yay!
Spirits.
Oh, yes, that makes sense.
Spirits
yes,
are the deathly essence of slain summoner demons. A rare caste within hell. After falling by the Slayer's hand, their hatred for him fuels their ghostly state, giving shape to their discorporate essence. Unable to affect the physical world in their new forms, spirits exist as soul-devouring parasites and rely on others to wreak their violence. Flowing into the bodies of other demons, a spirit fuses its own essence with that of its host, gifting it with strength and speed. Even after ejecting from a slain host, spirits cannot be harmed by conventional firearms. Only sustained and concentrated energy can affect their essence and grant them a second death.
It only just now occurred to me.
Huh.
This is a Ghostbuster beam.
Oh, that's funny. That's super funny. So having read through the Gandalf thing here, we have, just because it's funny that it required me to, this is a wiki of just Gandalf.
Oh,
and this is how
I'm sure.
Because Googling just where did he meet back up with the Fellowship didn't just pull up the answer for me. Instead, 3 days later, he was found by the Wind Lord Gwahir, the Lord of the Eagles, who had been sent by Galadriel to find him. Gandalf was
That's what I'm not doing.
That. Yeah.
So, proceeding forward.
Who had been sent by Galadriel to find him. Gandalf was carried to Caras Galadon and Lothlorien, in Lothlorien, where he was healed, given a new staff, and clothed in white, and thus became Gandalf the White. He soon learned that Frodo and Sam had left the Fellowship and were attempting the quest of Mount Doom alone. As Frodo was beyond his assistance now, Gandalf promptly went south to Fangorn Forest.
Fangorn, okay, yes. So Mirkwood is Hobbit, Fangorn is Lord of the Rings. Got it.
That is how much I had to read to get the answer I was looking for. Because when I Googled it, it just highlighted that first paragraph of 3 days later he was found, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, that is not what I asked.
This is not the information I wanted, man.
Oh, man. But yeah, so why did we see this crap like this?
Yeah.
Why did we bring up Gandalf the White?
That's this one I actually remember.
Okay. Oh, because of the Codex, yeah.
Because Gandalf the White.
Yeah. What were we talking about before that, though? See, that is the issue, is that we get interrupted and we're like, what? What am I supposed to, what? What were we talking about? Squirrel!
Stuff.
Just shoot it.
I still need to...
Oh. I didn't realize that's what it opened. That's the thing, is I didn't know what it opened. So I'm like, maybe shoot it first, but, you know, right there. Oh.
Did that insta-kill me?
Either that or it pushed you off. Oh!
That went up.
That happened. Okay.
Noted.
Dicks. Alright. Oh, good. I'm like looking, I'm like, where's the... How do you get through that? Like, what's...
I'm just like, I made it!
Hey, look, more BFG ammo you can't pick up.
Why am I so bad at this, Isaac?
Because you hate... So, I've literally talked about this. I don't remember why it came up before, but literally talked about...
we had this conversation earlier this week.
Literally earlier this week, that you and I are hoarders of the big bad weapons.
And stuff in general. Well, not like in-game stuff in general.
In-game stuff in general.
I'm not a hoarder in real life at all.
At all. I am a little bit. So I had to help someone move some crap.
I don't know where I'm going. Oh.
That way. I had to help someone move some crap because of unexpected circumstances in their life, and seeing the amount of stuff that they had. Not that I had to help them move, because we were moving a separate thing, but seeing the amount of stuff they had, I was like, I need to clean out my stuff. I have too much stuff. Like, seeing... Legitimately, it was like I saw an episode of Hoarders and realized I can't do that to myself. Like,
I must never become this.
I must never become this. And, like, I hoard a little bit. I used to be bad. Like, I came home when I was a teenager with frickin' railroad spikes.
Why? Because they were cool.
Because they were cool, and that's it. And I really wish that I had been more into blacksmithing at the time, because I absolutely could have turned those into something awesome. But I didn't know anything about it, nor did I care. So, yeah, I was helping them move it, and it was like, oh. But back on the subject that brought up this subject. Taryn and I somehow got on the subject of being hoarders in video games, and I mentioned that, like, Gavin Free from Slow-Mo Guys and Achievement Hunter, has specifically talked about to avoid being that guy who has like 50 mini nukes and like all of these items, creepy, and all of these items by the end of the game that he never used, he just uses them as soon as he gets them. So like,
because he was us at one point, right?
Because he was us at one point. I think that was the idea, is that like he used to be that guy who would get to the end of the game with 50 mini nukes and what have you, and had never used the really cool big weapon. So
oh no.
So he got to this point where he would start just using them as soon as they got him. So he got to a point where in Pokemon, as soon as he gets the Master Ball, he just uses it on the next Pokemon he sees.
That's what brought it up. We were talking about... I think that was what brought it up. We were talking about Pokemon for recording today.
Yeah.
And that somehow was brought up.
It was either that... No. We were talking about Fallout and the tree that took a mini nuke.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. The tree man who took a mini nuke to kill. So,
but that's a side topic
there. But so... I was like, yeah, so so Gavin will like use the Master Ball on the next thing he sees. The next thing he runs into is a Eevee or a Ditto. Cool, Master Ball. And even Terran, who, you know, not that big on Pokemon now, was like,
I'm like, is that the... No, that's the thing that catches anything automatically, period. I'm like, oh!
And like, I understand the concept that Gavin is going for with that idea of playstyle. I could still never do it. Like, I know...
Where is this thing?
I would at most be able to do like the second to last. So I always have one mini nuke just in case. But if I get any more, I'll blow that on the next fight. Like, that is the closest I could get with big items like that. And I've done that. And there are games that Taryn and I play together, like Divinity. We have learned, we need to be using certain abilities a lot more.
Yeah, it's something like my Super Punch here. This took me a long time to learn. That that comes back real quick, and it's an AOE punch. It wasn't an effective demonstration, but
yeah,
you know, it's a big fat AOE punch. Use it.
And like you're strafing, you need to use that.
Oh my
more.
gosh, it comes back so fast, and I'm so bad at using it.
And those aren't even like
big things.
They're not the BFG, you know.
Yeah, just real quick for buff to how dare you.
Real quick.
Just a quick demonstration of how quickly the dash comes back for you guys. Whip this come back. Dash, 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 dash. If I do it at that speed and I'm on the ground, because it apparently if you're in the air,
it does not recharge in
slower.
It does not recharge in the midair.
If I do that on the ground, then I can do that level of dashing forever.
Yeah. And yet, he never does, because he's saving it up, or doesn't think about it. It took us a long time to get him to use his grenades properly, his flamethrower properly, and it's all that same idea. That was awesome!
That is the best use of the BFG I have made in this expansion.
That's the best use of the BFG you've made, period. Including the last game.
No, because if it goes, the longer it goes, the more damage it does, and I have definitely had some longer shots.
Yeah, but it hit 50,000 things.
It did.
All right, well, that's where we're going to go ahead and leave this episode. As long as nothing happens after this fight, we should be fine. Thank you so much for joining us today. Go ahead and leave us a like. Don't forget to subscribe and ring that bell for more Let's Plays. Check out our other channel for gaming lore, link in the description. Thank you to all of our patrons for continuing to make this possible, and we will see you in the next episode. In the meantime, this has been True Masters and Morons, signing off.